Hello students. In the last session we have discussed about the structure of carbocations, carbanions, free radicals, their types, their hybridizations, shapes, bond angles, etc. In today's session we are going to discuss about the electron displacement effects, or it is also called as electronic effects, right? Electron displacement effects, or it is also known as electronic effects. From the heading itself, it can suggest that there is a displacement of electrons, right? There is a displacement of electrons, displacement or shifting of electron or migration of electron will take place, right? The electron displacement effect means the effects, those effects which arise due to the migration of electron, due to the shifting of electron, or due to the displacement of electron. Electron displacement effects. These effects are also known as electronic effects. Okay, means here is a shifting of electron will take place, here is a displacement of electron will take place, or there is a migration of electron will take place. Means these are the effects in which the migration of electron will take place. And these are basically 5 types of effects. First is a inductive effect. It is denoted by letter capital I. Inductive effect. Second effect is a resonance effect, that is R, and it is also known as a mesomeric effect. Mesomeric effect denoted by letter M. Third type is a hyperconjugation denoted by letter capital H. Fourth type is a electromeric effect, and fifth is inductometric effect. Right? These are the 5 electron displacement effects. Right? So here, out of that 5, these 3 effects are a permanent effect. Permanent effect. These 3 effects are permanent effects. Permanent effects. And these 2 effects are temporary effects. Temporary effects. Out of that 5 effects, the inductive effect, resonance effect, and hyperconjugation are the permanent effects. Means there is a permanent polarization will be caused in the molecule due to the electronegativity difference between the bonded atoms, right? These 3 effects are the permanent effects, and these 2 are the temporary effects. Means these effects occur as soon as some external charge species come in contact with the reactants, then and then only these effects will occur, and as soon as the external, that is the outer charge species, when it get removed, then the effect will get back, right? Means these 2 effects are a temporary effects, and these 3 effects are a permanent effect. Now let us try to understand what is the inductive effect, what is the first effect. Let us try to understand the first effect, that is inductive effect. Now this effect is a permanent effect. This effect is a permanent effect. It is a permanent effect. It is a permanent effect. It is caused by the displacement of sigma electrons. What? Displacement or migration or shifting, displacement of sigma electrons. Important words. Permanent as well as it is caused due to the displacement of sigma electrons. Displacement of sigma electrons along the carbon chain. Now I will explain by taking the example. What exactly is the inductive effect? Now see, this is the carbon chain 1, 2, 3, and suppose here any halogen or any electronegative atom, right? Here this is hydrogen, satisfy the valency of all the carbons, hydrogen, hydrogen, and here hydrogen, right? Here hydrogen and hydrogen. Now this is any electron withdrawing group. If it withdraws electron from the carbon, if it withdraws electron from the carbon, now it has a more electronegativity. There is a more electronegativity difference between the carbon and that any electronegative atom, say halogen, any halogen, or we can take here chlorine also. We will take here chlorine, right? So this chlorine is more electronegative than carbon. That's why chlorine will attract electrons from the carbon, so that the chlorine will acquire delta negative charge. Partial delta negative charge will be acquired by the chlorine and partial delta positive charge will be there on the carbon. Now the carbon becomes electron deficient species. This carbon becomes now electron deficient because the electrons from the carbon, they are attracted by the more electronegative chlorine. That's why the chlorine will acquire delta negative charge, partial delta negative charge, and partial positive charge will be occurred on the carbon. So that now this carbon will become electron deficient, and so that any atom do not want to stay in the plus charge or in minus charge, but they want to get a stability by gaining the electron or by losing electron. They want to get a stable. That's why this carbon now becomes electronegative. Okay, now it is electron deficient, means it has a need of electron, so it becomes electron negative, and it will attract electrons from this hydrogen. It will attract electrons from this hydrogen also. It will attract electrons from this hydrogen and from this carbon also, right? This carbon becomes electron deficient. Now this carbon needs electrons to have a stability, so that this carbon will acquire electrons from this hydrogen, and from this carbon, so that now whatever the charge, delta positive charge present on the carbon, it will get neutralized. It will get neutralized. In turn, what happens? This carbon will attract electron from this carbon. In turn, what happens? Here there is a development of double delta positive charge on this carbon, because this carbon attracts electron from this carbon, from this hydrogen, and from this hydrogen also. Okay, so this hydrogen will get delta positive, it will get delta positive, and this hydrogen also will get delta positive charge, and this carbon will get delta negative. Now delta positive and delta negative, they get neutralized here. Okay, now this carbon, now here this carbon becomes again more electronegative, because the electrons are attracted by this carbon, so that it becomes now electron deficient, and it will attract electrons from this hydrogen, and from this carbon, so that here there is a development of delta positive charge, here is also development of delta positive charge. Now here the delta negative and this delta positive, they will get neutralized here. Okay, are you getting my point, students? Here this carbon, by losing electrons or the electrons which are attracted by this carbon becomes electronegative, or this carbon becomes electron deficient. That's why this carbon will attract electrons from this hydrogen, and this carbon, so that it will get now delta negative, and this carbon will get now triple delta positive, means less positive charge. Okay, because this carbon will attract electrons from this hydrogen, and some less amount from this carbon, so that it will acquire triple times delta positive charge. Now this becomes neutral, and there is a development of delta positive charges on the hydrogen atom. This partial positive charge, partial negative charges will be developed on the atoms. Now here in this case, again this carbon becomes electronegative. And it is electron deficient. It is in a search of electron. It will attract electron from this hydrogen. It will attract electron from this hydrogen, and also from this hydrogen. Then this hydrogen will acquire partial delta positive charge. It will also acquire partial delta positive, and it will also acquire partial delta positive charge. In turn, it will acquire negative charge, delta negative. It will acquire delta negative charge. This delta positive and this delta negative, they get neutralized here again. Okay, but there is no chance for hydrogen to attract electron. There is no any other atom to attract electron for hydrogen. Okay, there is no chance for the hydrogen to attract the electron because there is no any other atom behind at the side of the hydrogen. That's why the positive charge remain on this hydrogen, right? There is a positive charge present on the hydrogen. So now the structure will become like this. This carbon, this hydrogen, this hydrogen, hydrogen, this carbon, second hydrogen, and this is electronegative atom, say chlorine. Okay, now these carbons 1, 2, 3. Inductive effect will operate only up to third carbon, 3 carbon. If fourth carbon is there or fifth and sixth, whatever, if so many other carbon atoms are there at left hand side, then there will be no effect of that chlorine. Electronegative effect will not be there. It will be negligible after carbon number 3. It will be effective only up to the carbon number 3. This is the important point. The important points in this inductive effect are it is a permanent effect. There is a shifting or there is a displacement of the sigma electrons right here. Sigma electron transfer takes place here. Sigma electrons get transferred. Sigma electrons get transferred. So there is a displacement or there is a shifting of the sigma electrons. There must be difference in the electronegativity between the bonded atoms. Right? This is one more condition. There must be difference in the electronegativity between the bonded atom. There must be shifting of the sigma electrons, and the effect is a permanent effect. Right? There should be difference in the electronegativity of the bonded atoms, and there should be the shifting of the sigma electrons, and there should be the development of partial negative charges and partial positive charges. The total partial negative charge which is formed on this chlorine or electronegative atom, it will be equal to the total positive delta charges present on all the hydrogen atoms. Right? The total positive delta positive charges will become equal to the delta negative charge which is acquired by the electronegative atom, that is halogen. Right? So here now, see here. This is chlorine, it will acquire delta negative charge. This hydrogen will acquire delta positive. Now this positive charge will not get neutralized. These positive charges will not get neutralized because there is no chance to attract electron from any other atom. Right? Now this is the carbon number 1, carbon number 2 and carbon number 3. This one carbon becomes neutralized. Right? This is a negative charge, right? This is negative, positive. This is also negative, positive. They get neutralized. All these carbon atoms get neutralized here. And there is a development of partial delta positive charges on the hydrogen atoms. Right? Now the total delta positive charges present on the hydrogen atom will become equal to the delta negative charge present on the chlorine. Right? So now here we have to identify which hydrogens are more acidic. So here the effect is maximum for this carbon, and whatever the hydrogens present on the carbon number 1, the electronegative effect of chlorine is maximum on the carbon number 1. Or suppose this is hydrogen number A, hydrogen A, and suppose this is a dash. This is a dash, right? This is delta positive. Suppose this hydrogen is a B and this hydrogen is a C hydrogen, and this is a B dash, and this is the C dash. Now, which hydrogens are more acidic? What is the order of the acidic strength of the hydrogen? Which hydrogens, either hydrogen A, B or C? will be more acidic. How to decide, how to identify which hydrogens are more acidic? We know that the inductive effect operates through a transfer of the sigma bond, and it depends upon the distance. As distance increases from the electronegative atom, as the distance of this carbon chain increases from this electronegative atom, then the effect of that electronegative atom will decreases. As distance increases, the effect decreases. Distance increases, distance of the chain increases, the effect decreases, and it will be effective up to carbon number 3, and after carbon number 3 for carbon number 4, 5, etc. it will be negligible, or there is no effect on carbon number 4. This effect will operate only up to the carbon number 3, only up to the carbon number 3. Right. So here now there is no chance for hydrogen to take electron from other and to get neutralized. That's why it becomes weak. The bond becomes weak, and this hydrogen A will be liberated very easily. It will be donated very easily, and that's why as compared to B, and B will be liberated easily as compared to the C. That's why what is the order? Order for the acidic strength is A protons, proton A are more acidic than proton B, are more acidic than proton C, because distance increases. The chlorine will acquire electron more powerfully from that hydrogen atom, so that it will become, the bond become very weak and the protons are eliminated, protons are liberated, right? So that the proton A, Ha are more acidic than Hb, are more acidic than Hc. Or same is the order here. A dash is there. Here A dash and A are the same. These protons are equivalent protons. Ha protons and Ha dash protons are equivalent protons. That's why the order will be same for H dash also. Ha dash have more acidic strength than Hb dash, having more acidic strength than Hc. That this is the acidic strength order. Acidic strength order. This is the acidic strength order. Now, based on this, we can write some important tips. The first most important tip is that first point is that it is a permanent effect. It is a permanent effect. Second important tip is that it operates through sigma bond. It operates through sigma bond. Next point important tip is that there must be difference in the electronegativity. There must be a difference in the electronegativity between the bonded atoms. Next point, there is a formation or there is a development of partial negative and partial positive charges. Partial negative and partial positive charges. Complete transfer of electron is not there. Partial development will be takes place here, because the electrons in the orbital, they does not leave the orbital, they are itself present in that orbital. That's why there is a development of the delta positive and delta negative charges, means partial positive and partial negative charges will be developed on the atom. Okay, next important tip regarding this is that as distance increases, inductive effect decreases. Distance of the carbon chain increases, inductive effect decreases. These are some of the very important tips regarding the inductive effect. It is a permanent effect. There is a transfer of sigma electrons, not pi electrons. Okay, it is not, this effect is not related to the pi electrons. There is a transfer of sigma electron. This is a permanent effect. There should be the difference in the electronegativity of the bonded atom, and as distance increases, the inductive effect decreases. These are some of the important points that we discussed in today's session. I hope you understand it very well. In next lecture, we will discuss some other points regarding the inductive effect, plus I effect, plus minus I effect, etc. So we will stop here. Thank you.